Hi, Professor Jordan. So these are the 3 answers for my discussion questions. So the first one is, what chapter was the easiest to see and why? So for me, the easiest chapters to see was going to be chapter 14, which is facilities and event management. And that's just because I have experience with that, but it's also something that really interests me. However, my experience is like more with the event coordinating aspect and less with the facilities management. And so it was really neat to be able to tour those facilities, and it helped me to visualize it and think through things that came with facilities management that I've never thought about before. And so that was really neat, and I really enjoyed that, and I learned a lot from that. And then the second question is, what will you not take back to Dallas? So one thing that I didn't want to bring back to Dallas was this like mindset of being limited by my current surroundings. And so I realized when we were in New York, we were visiting all these different places, and I just realized how many opportunities there were out there. And I know that I've wanted to do something in event coordinating, but I didn't know with what. And I felt very limited by the current, like my current surroundings. But being in New York really helped me to see that there are opportunities like being in the sports industry that excite me, and I can still do event coordinating, but doing it with something that I think is enjoyable and exciting. And so I really enjoyed learning about that, and I wanted to leave behind the mindset of being limited just by my current space. The third question is, what do you not like about New York? So one thing that I realized is that it seemed to be very individualistic. The culture seemed to be very individualistic. Everyone was very focused on where they were going and what they were doing. I never really saw any New Yorkers interacting with each other, and I just thought that was very interesting. There could be people on the subway like laying on the ground or doing whatever, and nobody was really even paying them any attention or paying attention to their surroundings. And I just thought that was very interesting. I thought it was a very distinct difference from Texas. And I noticed sometimes that like we'd be talking with our group on the subway or in a public space, and nobody else would be talking to anyone. Like we'd be on the subway and no one was talking to anyone else, and they would kind of look at us like we were crazy. And so that was one thing I didn't really love about New York, is how individualistic it seemed. It seemed very lonely, even though it was a place full of so many people, and so many diverse people. And so whenever I actually sat down and took the time to get to talk to people, whether it was on the subway or employees that were at a shop that we went to, they were very kind people, but it almost felt like like you were out of place if you were the one talking or smiling or putting yourself out there. And so I just thought that that was very interesting, and I understand that there are some reasonings for that, but yeah, I just thought that that was very interesting to see that difference between New York and Texas. But all in all, I really enjoyed my trip so much, and I learned so much, and I'm very grateful for this experience. Thank you.